Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Keenan, and this is my research project.
Wait, who the hell is this guy? That's not me. Now this is me. And this. And now we're getting off topic. Who put that in there?
That's better. So, like you've probably guessed, my name is Keenan, and my research project was on how to make a good YouTube video. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what makes you qualified to tell me how to make a video, Mr. Fancy Pants? I'm glad you asked, random person who's all of a sudden really mad at me. The truth is, I have no qualifications to say on what makes a good YouTube video. No formal qualifications anyway. I know what I like, and chances are if I like it, then someone else will too. But this research project was to look for empirical data or objective data on what people like, what demographics like, and how to cater to that. And that's where I started. And that's where the headaches began.
So at first I thought, you know what? I'm going to look for some academic papers, see how that turns out. It didn't. Next I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go look for some marketing research data. Didn't pan out. So then eventually I thought, well, you know, I'm going to go and look at 50 YouTube videos and see what the common trends are. You can see how well that turned out.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So that's when I had the brilliant idea of just compiling everything together. I decided to take the best of all of my attempts and make this video. So I'm going to represent my interpretation of what makes an excellent YouTube video. And this is where we are now. Number 1.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is the introduction. Now, these can vary from a quick hello to
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the Patrick Franco Show, the show that is the best show that's not really a show, but it's me talking to a camera for 3-4 minutes. Yeah.
an introduction could be as long as you need it to be in order to accomplish your individual goals. Keep in mind, however, that if you don't get to the point quickly, people will start to lose interest.
Number 2.
The second point is information quality or accuracy. In order to educate people, you need information, right? What good is that if the information is false, inaccurate, or from a bad source? Letting your audience see where you got that information from, either by linking it in the comment section down below or by showing them a source on screen, is one of the best ways to do this. You can see an example of this here with Michael Greger's nutritionfacts.org videos.
The rise in calorie surplus sufficient to explain the obesity epidemic was less a change in food quantity than in food quality, with an explosion in cheap, high-calorie, low-quality convenience foods.
If enough people watch your YouTube videos, at least some of them are going to start believing you. How many will depend on how accurate your information is, how verifiable it is, and how convincingly you deliver that information.
Number 3.
Now, one of the biggest things that will affect whether or not people pay attention in your videos is vocal tone. So, do you have a very varied tone, or are you one of the most monotone individuals imaginable? You can see examples of both here.
Bueller.
What's the time? What difference does that make? Well, depending on the time, he may be in one spot or several.
Higher voice change is not just about tone. Is your voice higher or lower pitched? Nasally, raspy, faint, strong? Do you prefer to speak slowly, or do you speak so fast Speedy Gonzalez would have a hard time keeping up with you? These will all affect how much people listen to your videos. Now, none of these things are a good or a bad thing. It's just a matter of what kind of people they will attract to your videos. And these are a thing that you have to keep in mind when when specifically designing videos for a certain group of people.
Number 4.
Next up is humor. Now, this one is optional, but hear me out. You don't need to be telling jokes in every video. In fact, you don't need to tell them at all. That's not what makes a video good. But if you at least look like you're having fun while talking about this information, people are going to enjoy watching your video and learning.
Number 5.
Another element when talking about your preferred subject is passion. Now, unlike humor, this is not optional. If you're not passionate or at least interested in the information you're giving, what the heck is the listener supposed to, glean from it? Or why would they even listen? Now, you don't have to be a cheerleader for everything like this guy. Just show a decent amount of interest and willingness to explore and share the topic, and you should be fine.
Number 6.
Another element to look at is the length of your video. A lot of times you hear people say, oh, well, keep it short, sweet, and to the point. And that's great for certain things. But there's not enough time in a 2 or 3 minute video to express the amount of information that some very complex topics need. So the length of a video often depends on the topic being discussed. I've seen an average of a 10 to 12 minute video be more than sufficient with the proper focus. If you're doing a brief overview or a very specific topic, 10 to 12 minutes should be fine. However, if you're doing a deeper dive, or you're broadening out your topics but still maintaining a certain depth, then the video is going to get longer. Now, the trick with a longer video is that you need to bring in more of the humor and more of the vocal variants in order to keep people engaged. If you have someone sounding like Ben Stein over and over, people are going to drift off and they're not going to be very interested. At least for me, that's the case, because I'm much more likely to watch a 30-minute video with a joke here or there than a 10-minute video that's drier than a piece of toast.
Number 7.
And here we come to the last bit of information, and it may very well be the most important. That is video and audio quality. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go out and buy a studio quality microphone and a camera that records in 4K. What I am saying is there needs to be some standard. Any camera that can shoot at least 720p or higher, and a microphone that can pick up on your voice without distorting it, will do. This is the common case for most smartphones now. But no one wants to hear, something muffled or blurry for 10 to 30 minutes. And another thing to be aware of is making sure that your audio is synced with your video. If this is off, then it will drive people insane. But that's just my opinion. In fact, all of this was my opinion. Does it make it any less valid? Well, in the absence of any widely accessible market data or, any research projects that I, couldn't find for the life of me, it makes my opinion as valid as anyone else's. At the end of the day, all that matters is that you make a video that you like. Sure, other people might like your videos, or they may not. But chances are, if you like your videos, you're going to keep making them. And then eventually other people might like your videos too. You know what? But I'd be very interested to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.